Welcome to Previews Reviews, coming to you from Stadium Comics, located in Shoppers World Mall in beautiful Brampton, Ontario. Here are your hosts, Kevin Hickey and Ricky Lima.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of Previews Reviews, which takes a look at all kinds of pop culture collectibles coming into stores starting in August 2013, but mostly coming later on in the year after August. But they're in this catalog, so it's still the August Previews Reviews.
SMH, man.
Right? I'm Kevin Hickey.
And I am Ricky A. Lima.
And Richard, could you please do us the honor of telling everybody out there where this fine piece of programming is coming to them from?
It's coming to you from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Mm-hmm. The plasticine in most of these figures being made, the paint that covers up the imperfections, the small Asian child who makes it and gives it to us.
Do they make figures out of plasticine?
I don't know.
I don't think that's a thing.
I just made that up.
Plasticine's like Play-Doh.
Whatever, dude.
It's a very DC heavy episode, Ricky, I'm not going to lie. And, that's not my fault. That's DC's fault.
Yeah.
They're just putting out a ton of products.
It's not like you put together today's programming.
No, not at all. Programming paid for by DC Comics. But they just have a lot of cool stuff coming out in this catalog. And I think it would be remiss not to cover some of it.
That's true.
Or I think I'd be remiss. Is it would be remiss or I would be remiss?
Doesn't matter.
You're a writer.
Barely.
So we're going to get started with some new figures from the upcoming Arkham Origins game. And it is Batman and Black Mask. Inspired by the designs from the upcoming Batman Arkham Origins video game, this new set features stunning action figures of the Dark Knight and Black Mask, one of Batman's deadliest adversaries. Based on their appearance from the early days before the events of the critically acclaimed video game, Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham City.
Oh man.
What can you tell me about this video game, Arkham Origins?
Well, it's a video game made by Eidos Montreal, I want to say, which is different from the original people who made it, which was Rocksteady. But yeah, it looks to be pretty much the exact same thing, just with a different story.
Are they allowed to do that? Are they allowed to basically take the framework of a game that was designed by another studio?
Yeah.
And just kind of, for lack of a better word, copy it and apply it to their new game?
Yeah, because the company Rocksteady, they make it, but WB and then WB publishes it.
So they own all the rights?
Yeah, so they own majority of the rights. So then they can just go to this other company and be like, here's
all the info from the last two games. Yes. Make a game in the vein of this. Mm-hmm. It's kind of a dick move.
Well, but I'd imagine Rocksteady's doing something else, so it's like whatever.
Maybe they couldn't take it on. Maybe they're like, no, man, we did two. We don't need to do a third.
Exactly. You don't want to stay in the same spot all the time,
True.
So, but yeah, these figures look pretty awesome. I mean, Black Mask doesn't get enough love. That's for sure.
Do you think that they will eventually make figures for each and every character in the game, as they have done for past Arkham City games?
For sure, man. They milk this thing so hard, it's not even funny. Like, this is like milk central.
And obviously it does well for them, because otherwise why would they keep making figures? Now, this is only half of the first wave of figures. There are two other figures in this Series 1 wave. And those two other figures will be revealed next month, but they are Joker and Bane.
Nice.
So look forward to that. Those four figures will be in the set. They all come out in November 2013, and will run you about $24.95 each.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
But up next we have three awesome statues coming from DC, and they are the Amikami Batgirl. The Amikami line of PVC statues continues with this new steampunk style rendition of the Cape Crusaders ally, Batgirl. Also, we have the Covergirls Batwoman statue. Out of the shadows and into the lights, Batwoman bursts from the pages of her monthly comic book series and into your home with this breathtaking statue designed by artist Stanley Art Germ Lau. And finally, we have the Harley Quinn Bombshell figure. The Bombshells line, inspired by the pinup girls of the 1940s and 50s, explodes with this latest edition, a beautifully sculpted statue of the adorable but deadly Harley Quinn, designed by Aunt Lucia. Not to get confused with my Aunt Lucia.
Do you have an Aunt Lucia?
Oh, maybe. I'm Portuguese.
You probably do.
I probably do.
Somewhere along the line, you have an Aunt Lucia.
Yeah, most likely.
Okay, so 3 really cool statues. It's a new take on Batgirl with the in the Amikomi line. They've done Batgirl before, but this is steampunk Batgirl, so
Right?
it's a whole other layer.
This is different.
Of steam and punk combined.
So much steam.
Yeah. So that statue is going to be $59.95 and comes out in November. Then we have the Covergirls Batwoman statue. The Covergirls statues are a little higher end. They're taller, usually about 10, 12 inches high, and limited run. It'll be limited to only 5,200 statues.
Whoa, man.
So pretty rare, and that's going to run about $99.95, and that will ship in November 2013 as well. Now the Harley Quinn Bombshell figure.
That's where it's at.
It's pretty much like one of the best statues I've seen in the last little while. Now, Ricky, as somebody who is usually offended by the sexualization of female characters in statue form, you seem to be a fan of this one.
I am a fan because I'm a male, but as a human being, I would like to see some more clothes on this thing.
You're conflicted.
I'm conflicted.
The Bombshells line is really cool, but I think this Harley Quinn statue just kind of nails the look of that era.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's an awesome representation of the character. Aunt Lucia is an awesome artist.
You know Aunt Lucia. You know my aunt.
But he's done incredible work. I actually own 2 of his prints.
Nice.
I bought 2 off of him at the New York Comic Con last year. One is a really cool, and all of his stuff is kind of in this style. He does these really cool Star Wars propaganda, like join the Alliance or join the Empire kind of propaganda posters. But he did this really nice Superman one where Superman's carrying Lois Lane. It's like, you will believe a man can fly. And just a really cool look to it. But all of his stuff is in this retro style, like 40s and 50s pinup style kind of genre. And it's really cool. So, yeah, all these statues are in November. Oh, the Bombshells one is $124.95. It's the most expensive one out of the lot. Up next is a whole slew of more DC Arkham-related
Are they
figures.
The 2-packs?
These are the 2-packs.
Nice 2-packs. Let's get them.
2-packs. They're not holograms, though. They are real.
Oh, what?
And
Tupac lives?
Yeah, man.
Machiavelli?
First up, we have the Batman Arkham City, Mr. Hammer, and Harley Quinn action figure 2-pack. Has there been a Mr. Hammer figure yet? Is this the first one?
I don't know. Can't remember.
Not sure. I know there's definitely been a Harley figure. This will be $39.95 for that 2-pack on sale in November. Then we have the Arkham City Sickle and Penguin action figure 2-pack. I know for a fact that there hasn't been a Sickle action figure yet. Where does he factor into the game? Are we like into the bit players now?
Yeah,
like,
pretty much. They're like mini bosses almost.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like twins.
So that 2-pack's going to be $39.95. And then Batman Arkham Asylum, going back to the Arkham Asylum
Crazy.
For Bane versus Batman. This is an action figure 2-pack, and it is going to be $59.95. Now, interesting to note that the last time there was an Arkham City Bane figure, it became extremely valuable. You can buy the Bane figure online now through sites like eBay for $200 to $300.
Whoa, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Value on it might have dropped a little bit, actually, since, now the Dark Knight movie is out of theaters and everyone's seen it by now. And,
yeah. Wow.
I wonder how much that's tied into the movie. These are also coming out in November, so, Christmas is going to be a busy season for fans of DC collectibles.
Crazy, man.
Finally, for the last of the DC toys today, we've got the DC Comics Superheroes versus Supervillains 7-pack.
I've never heard of that rapper before.
7-pack? You're lame. The battle between good and evil rages on with this special 7-pack action figure set that includes Aquaman, The Flash, Batman, Catwoman, the Joker, Captain Cold, and Black Manta. This features a all-new Aquaman head sculpt and scepter. The Flash is redecorated in a metallic paint job, as is Batman. There's an all-new Catwoman action figure, and the Joker and Captain Cold are redecorated as well. So they're not the same action figures that you might be familiar with in their single incarnations that have been previously released. So it's not even a case of, like, if you're a completist, you can kind of be happy with just having this 7-pack. You need all the other figures as well.
Jeez.
Yeah. I strongly encourage all of our customers to be completists and buy multiple action figures, even if they're the same character and only their paint job's a little bit different. So this is kind of like that We Can Be Heroes box set that came out last year around the same time. This will ship in November. As I said, it'll be $99.95, which is a steal for 7 action figures. They usually sell for about $24 or $25 each.
Up next, we have the Rogue Modern statue. A Bowen Designs sculpt the enigmatic mutant Rogue can, with just a touch, absorb the powers, perceptions, and consciousness of another being. To keep herself from accidentally taking another's powers, she wears a bodysuit to keep her from accidentally touching another. This stunning 17.5-inch tall statue of Rogue, sculpted by Jason Smith, depicts the mutant in her modern-day costume.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Feels kind of weird, though, calling her a mutant. I know she's a mutant, but, you know, you're talking about a pretty girl and stuff like that, and you're like, she's the mutant. You don't refer to her as a mutant.
Why not? He's a mutant.
She's probably proud. It just sounds weird when it rolls off the tongue.
I guess. But I love these figures that are, like, flying. You know what I mean? And then they have, like, that little thing to support them. They look so cool.
Well, toy companies love it because they can say, like, the figure is 20 inches tall. But really it's, like, you know, 6 or 7 inches tall. And then there's, like, a 45-inch thing, pillar that, you know, they're flying on.
Well, yeah. That's
so,
okay.
This statue is a little bit on the expensive side. It is $230, which is in line with all the other great statues from Bowen. They're really detailed, high-end collectible statues, and you know, they almost always gain value. This is a great-looking statue, and I'm sure it will increase in value over time. All right, lastly today on the cheaper side of things, and I don't mean cheaper in terms of quality, but you know, in terms of price, we've got the Ninja Turtles pop vinyl figures. Currently starring in comics from IDW Publishing and soon to star in a new film from Transformers director Michael Bay, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are the latest sensation to join Funko's fan-favorite pop vinyl figures line. These 3 3/4-inch tall figures of Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, Raphael, Shredder, and Splinter feature multiple points of articulation and the stylized urban design that have made these figures so popular. Collect them all to get the heroes on a half shell. Window box packaging. Is there a popular pop culture, you know, product that Funko hasn't yet put into pop vinyl form?
I don't know. Batman Arkham City.
But they've
Right?
done Batman and characters like
That's
that.
true.
You know what I think Funko's missing?
What?
Is a Stadium Comics line
Right.
of Funko vinyl figures.
Funko? Talk to us.
Funko, what's up?
Have your people call my people. My people will call our Balthazar.
Yeah,
And we'll make this happen.
that'd be kind of cool. I'd like a Funko Pop vinyl of myself.
Do it, dude. Call him.
All right, I'll make it happen. Funko, I'm putting it out there right now. If you make pop vinyl toys of the Stadium Comics crew, so I'm talking about myself, Ricky, Rob, Ian, and Tiffany, then I will promise to promote your products on each and every episode of Unboxing Wednesdays and Previews Reviews going forward.
Do it.
Because it would just be cool.
Now you have to send this video to them.
All right.
And the ball is in your court. Funko.
Ball is in your court, Funko.
Yeah.
this is an offer you can't refuse. What are your thoughts on them using the whole Michael Bay movie angle to promote this line of toys?
I mean, that's like the most recent Ninja Turtles thing that's coming out, right? So it makes sense.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, the movie, I don't know about that. It looks like it's going to be a little weird.
The last I heard about it, though, is they changed their mind on the whole, premise of the turtles being aliens. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what truth there is to that, but I've heard that they've kind of changed their tune there.
They honestly should just have done a sequel to the last Ninja Turtles movie that came out. That movie was amazing. So.
That's the one with Ninja Rap? Or no, that's the one they go back into Japan. Feudal Japan?
No, I'm talking about the animated one.
Oh, the animated one.
That was amazing.
Wow. We're talking live action Ninja Turtles here.
That's lame, dude.
One honorable mention I need to make, Ricky. This is something that would make the kid in me very happy if I was to get it. But alas, it's $400, so okay. I'm not going to grab it. But it is the Rocky Championship Belt replica. I'm a big fan of the Rocky franchise of movies. I was raised on the idea that capitalism and, the US of A can triumph over communism. And at the end of the day, Rocky taught me that if I can change, and if you can change, we can all change.
That's right.
So
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. So you should buy that.
I should buy that belt and totally wear it.
Why is it $400?
It's $400 because it looks expensive, but it's actually just like a lot of gold-plated stuff and not actually gold. But it's cool. Any fan of the Rocky movies would love to have that belt, but we will probably never see it here in Stadium. All right, everybody, that is it for this episode. Join us, won't you, next time when we take a look at comics coming out in the month of September 2013.
Yeah.
Take care, everyone.